Okay, so the card just ran out then of space, so there might be a little bit of a bump in that. I have now got a little bit of Naples yellow down here with a smoother brush. Just putting a bit of warmth in the bottom area of it like that. Now I'm going to go back with this, make a deeper purple, but I don't want it too purpley, too intense a colour. So I was just adding a bit of that umber colour, burnt umber, into it, so it's a bit softer. And put some of this down the bottom. My paint is actually drying out quite a lot now, but that's okay. A little bit of Naples yellow and burnt umber in here, so it's much warmer coming down at the front. Painting. I'm going to just go back with that Naples yellow and white and just take this up a little bit higher on this side. Now, this softer brush, I'm just getting the pure white on here, and I'm just now going up into the very edges of the mountain tops that we've got here, just looking at where there could be some highlights on the top of those mountains. Don't forget that we're going to be, well, I haven't told you, but we will be putting in some shadows much later. So look at now what you've got in your painting. You may find that where the brush strokes have gone, it's made an obvious kind of shape of where a mountain peak could be, and try to use what you've got to your advantage. I can hear my phone going in the background, but I will continue with this because this is important to get it done before my card runs out again. Okay, so I have just done a little bit more on my mountainscape, just putting in a slightly darker bit down here, did a little bit more down here, and we're going to get, if you have one of these brushes, a fan brush, make sure it's dry, like that, and get some dark, dry paint onto it. Not too much, so I'm going to just try and get some of it off there, so there's very little on there. And I'm going to start going down the left hand side of my peaks. So there should be some almost like ridges that you have made when you put the paint on, because we put the paint on fairly thickly, and so it should form a type of key for the paint to hold on to. So I'm just doing that in various areas, thinking about the left hand side, because we're going to put the light, the light's going to go on the right hand side of the mountains. So just touching it gently down on there, just picking up some of the texture with that. So very dry brush on there. And then with my National Gallery card, I'm going to put in some darker areas into the mountains. So I've got a darker blue here. I've got an ultramarine and what did I get? I got a raw umber instead of a burnt umber this time. So that should now be quite dark there. And I'm going to really take some of the shapes of the mountains down with the edge of my card and just pull it through. Okay, so I have now done some more with the dark on the left hand side of the mountains. I've done a little bit more around here as well, framing the front. And I'm now going to put on what's called the alpine glow of the light coming onto the mountain. So I've mixed up my orange and white here. This is just purely the orange and white. This one over here is the pink and the yellow to make an orange and the white. This is just the pink and white. And this one over here is the pink and the orange and white. So I have now put in quite a lot of the glow from the mountains on the right hand side as the sun might be setting. And I'm now going to use this brush to put in a little bit of purple shadow to the left. So I've mixed up myself a purple here. It's not too bright, and I'll just be looking at putting some of it down to the left hand side of the mountains, not everywhere, but just to give it a cooling effect on that mountain. So I'll continue with that and show it to you when I have finished. And oh yes, and here is the beautiful picture of Lara. So here is the finished painting. I have put in some purple highlights, shadows, and if I can just zoom in here, hopefully you'll be able to see it a little bit clearer of what I've actually done, because obviously it's not a very easy format to put into this camera. Okay, so it is now over to you to do something like that. You don't have to use the same colours, you don't have to do the same mountains, you can make your own up, but have a go. Good luck.